Hey everybody, it's Murgle, and today in this one we're going to be covering some of the upcoming changes that we'll be seeing in patch 8.1, so let's just jump into it. So it looks like the patch is going to be called The Tides of Vengeance, as this is about further expanding on the story that's already been played out. The Alliance is looking for revenge for what initially happened at the tree, and it's hard to say what will be considered a good enough punishment, but hopefully the story can at least provide a good series of quests and tie that all together very nicely. Because it just feels like recently the story's been kind of all over the place, and I really hope that 8.1 can make it all coherent and make sense. We'll also be seeing how Saurfang is going to play into the events because, you know, he's been locked up for a while, all those things. I just hope it turns out good. Now, to add to this, we'll be getting incursions, which apparently work similar to Legion's invasions. This removes all the normal world quests in the zone and updates the map with events related to the incursion. And just as invasions worked, you'll be able to use these events as a means to level up your alts, and I assume like invasions they will provide a hefty amount of XP for the short interval of time that's required to do them. Now when Ian discussed this, he used Tierguard Sound as a location example for one of these to occur. But, to be honest, if I had a suggestion, I would prefer if these incursions weren't limited to just the new zones. Let them happen in Eastern Kingdoms or Kalimdor, like the Legion pre-patch leveling events. It definitely would add some variation to leveling. I think it would be more befitting if the entire faction is supposed to be at war. Why are we consolidating the war to just those two locations? But I'd like to see it play out like that. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. They also announced heritage armor for previous races. Not all of them are coming at once, though. It seems at this point only dwarves and blood elves will be receiving updated ones. The armor isn't as generic as I would have thought, so I'm interested to see their takes on each of the classes' heritage armor looks. As for how you obtain the gear, it's much like the current heritage armor. Once you reach max level, you're going to essentially be handed it for free from a very short quest line. So if you're already max level on that race, then you'll just be able to pick it up as soon as it becomes available. As for how it works with boosting, I'm not exactly sure if they're going to make it so you can't get this armor if you've boosted, because I don't know if the game's going to retroactively look and see if that character was boosted. I can't think that they're going to go into that much detail. I'm sure if you just are max level, you're probably going to have access to this armor. Next up, another zone is also becoming one of the Warfront locations, so currently only Arathi Highlands is a Warfront zone, but they plan to add several in the coming patches. This one revolves around Alliance attacking the Horde first, since Horde already hold the Dark Shore. It will likely have similar mechanics to the current Warfront. They're also adding a few new units to match the theme. It will also have max level outdoor content, so likely a few more rare mounts that you're going to get from NPCs, as well as maybe a couple toys like the Arathi one as well, just random rares dropping stuff. For island expeditions, they want to expand on it more. They'll be adding 2 more islands with different activities being added to all previous expeditions as well. They want to make it so that there's more for you to do on the island rather than just sweeping it of enemies and packing up and calling it a day. They also said they would look into how rewards are being administered, so they can only hope that the doubloons are going to be usable for actual rewards, like I was saying the other day. That would be nice if they added some kind of system like that. I've expressed my feeling towards how islands are, and I very much find them repetitive and boring, but I'm always willing to give them another try if Blizzard can deliver a fun and rewarding experience from the islands themselves, because they just have... You're playing for RNG, you're not playing for replayability. There's nothing really rewarding about Azerite power, because it's very easy to get Azerite power from other means. There's also 2 more raids coming with the next patch. It's very unlikely that they'd be released right as the patch comes out, since most raids don't, so hopefully that doesn't mean 8.1 will be delayed that long, because a lot of times patches come out and then raids come much later. They will also probably be released very far apart from one another, so I can't see 2 raids being released simultaneously. So even if one raid comes with 8.1 early on, the other one will probably come at like 8.1.5. I very much expect Siege of Zuldazar to be the first raid coming out. The next one is called Crucible of Storms. I expect that would be the further one down the line. So Siege of Zuldazar is probably the first raid that we're going to see after the current one. Now for the last, and in my opinion, one of the most important changes they announced, they are finally going to start making reputations work a little bit better in terms of account-wide friendliness. So Champions of Azeroth will be an account-wide rep, or at least the perks that come with it. So you'll be able to unlock the Azerite Neck item level boost freely across all of your characters. Many of the faction-specific unlocks, such as Transmog, will be account-wide, even if your alts don't have Exalted with that faction. So if you have a Tabard, for example, that you really enjoy, your alts will be able to use that freely. Then another big thing is the progress towards the achievement for reaching certain Exalted reputation milestones. This will be account-wide, so if you're like me, and you occasionally swap mains, but then are forced to go back to your previous main just to grind reputations for achievements, well, at least from 8.1 and onward, you won't have to suffer that issue. So if one character has 10 reputations, and another character has 20, you'll have 30 reputations towards the progress of that achievement, as long as they're unique, if that makes sense. Personally, at this point, though, I wish they would just make reputations account-wide once you've reached Exalted. So if you've got 3 people at Revered, don't let them share reputation so you can stack it super fast, but once reaching Exalted, it should just be account-wide to everybody. However, I know that this will likely never happen because one of their largest gates to content is forcing players to continually grind reputation. So without that, they lose a pretty big time sink. Nonetheless, I'm very pleased that they're at least acknowledging the issues of reputation locks, which are causing players frustration. As for other changes being discussed, they really want to look into making Azerite armors more exciting. I'm not really saying they can't change them and make them exciting, but I'm not going to hold my breath until they do either, because when Battle for Azeroth was still in beta, I expressed how I thought they were rather bland and boring and the traits were just unappealing overall. And I was told, don't worry, it's just beta, they will definitely be exciting on live, and well, here we are. So, I really don't want to go back I want to be enjoying WoW and all of the new content to its fullest, but I won't pretend to be excited without really seeing what comes when it actually gets to live. I do still hold optimism, though, that they can fix the mess that they've currently made. Here's to hoping that it's not too many months until 8.1. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you again very soon. Bye-bye.